Welcome to another edition of Broome Up Front. I'm your host, Jeremy Donovan. It was only 5 short months ago that the Binghamton Senators finally captured the American League Hockey Championship for the first time in the city's 38-year professional hockey history. Today we're going to get you all caught up with their new season and what's going on in their run to defend the title. We'll also be spending some time with Matt Cole, a former BCC student who works as part of the game day crew for the Senators. He'll be joining us later on in the show for a special interview. Things got off to an interesting start last week as playoff fan favorite Casper Dogovan received his first call-up to parent club Ottawa last Monday. Dogovan, who was one of the last players to be cut from Ottawa's roster this season, was recalled to fill in for captain Daniel Alfredson, who suffered a hip flexor after a hit the night before. Latvian forward may not be seeing a return to the B-Sens for quite a while after Ottawa reassigned 2011 first-round draft pick Mika Zibanejad back to his team in Sweden. This could potentially mean Dogovan will be spending a good amount of time in the NHL for the foreseeable future. He would go on to score his first career NHL goal to win it for the Senators in their game against the Toronto Maple Leafs on October 30th. Ottawa took the contest 3-2. Back in Binghamton, the Senators had a good weekend overall, starting with their first home win of the season in a rough-and-tumble matchup against the Albany Devils on Friday. Their physical play was plentiful in the home team's 4-2 victory, even featuring a few fights. But it was midway through the second period where the line was crossed. B-Sens forward Nikita Filatov became the victim of an illegal check to the head as Albany's Tim Sestito caught the winger off guard with an elbow and a cross-check from behind. Filatov fell to the ice face first and lost his helmet in the collision. Teammates and fans quickly responded to the illegal hit, including Senators goalie Robin Leonard, who was more than willing to give Sestito a piece of his mind. Filatov was escorted off the ice but returned to finish the game and play Saturday as well. He reported that he felt a headache, but it didn't stop him from completing the weekend in good standing. Sestito, however, will not be as lucky. The AHL handed him a 5-game suspension for the hit on Tuesday, meaning he will not be eligible to return until Saturday the 12th, when the Devils travel to Syracuse to take on the Crunch. Looking ahead, the B-Sens announced yesterday that fewer than 400 seats are left for this Friday night's game. The arena will once again be host to the Rochester Americans, who will be looking to get revenge after suffering a 3-2 loss to the Sens in a well-played game last Saturday. Following the matchup against the Amerks, it'll be the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Penguins on Saturday. It'll mark the first time that the two I-81 rivals have played each other since Binghamton claimed the Calder Cup last season. It'll also mark the return of Nico Dimitrakos to Binghamton. After he completed a successful 2007-2008 season with the Sens, he headed overseas. Tickets are $18.50 for the sides and $17.50 for the ends for both games. Coming up next, we'll be interviewing Matt Cole, a former BCC student who has been working as a member of the game day staff for the Senators for a number of seasons. We'll find out a little more about what the job is like at the ice level. And we'll hear more about his experiences playing the game in high school and since. So stay with us. We'll be right back with more Broome Up Front.
Hi, I'm Zach Howland, the floor director of this episode of Broome Up Front. My job is telling them to stretch out, ask more questions, do more stuff, fill more time, or wrap it up. Tell them to, stop talking, roll with stuff. And I also count them in for when the show starts, tell them when it starts. It's a good job, it's fun.
I'm Lauren, and I was the camera person, and my job is to focus on, the two people, the host, the interviewee, change the cameras when they need to be changed, switch them around, do whatever the director tells me to do. So.
I guess you're trying to figure out what my job is. Yeah, so what I do is I cue the mics, and so in camera lingo, shh, Lauren, I'm on camera. And what I'll do is I'll mute. See that? Or unmute them so that we can hear what's going on and kind of transition into commercials and whatnot like that. So that's pretty much my job, is to control the sound. And there's John over there. You might want to ask him a couple questions.
Hi there. My job is to play back or roll the footage that plays between or out or after the segments of Broome Up Front.
Basically, I am the director's hands. So if you look up on the screen, when he wants a certain shot, he tells me what to do, tells me which one he wants to get ready, and then I take it, and it changes. So that's basically what I do. And I expose murderers, like Sebastian Keller. He's an evil, evil man.
Yeah.
He killed my wife, Lauren. He killed.
Yeah, it happened. We weren't supposed to say anything.
Called me up and he's like, "You think your family is so much better than us." I said, "It's not a thing." He said, "No." Yeah, that's a fact. You were really impatient. I know.
Welcome back to Broome Up Front. I'm Jeremy Donovan, and here alongside me is BSEN's Game Day staff member and former BCC student Matt Cole. Matt, thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Anytime.
So tell us about how long you've been working with the Senators Game Day crew and the kind of duties that you fulfill.
I've been there for about 5 to 6 seasons, roughly. Do everything from behind-the-scenes work to throwing T-shirts during the intermission, setting up the concourse for the fans, making sure everyone's going smooth.
And while you're on the ice trying to get the fans involved, what do you think is the hardest thing from your perspective on the job?
Like a lot of it has to do when you're throwing T-shirts, like making sure that you get it over the glass, not on the glass. Trying to make sure everyone gets a fair shot, so to speak.
And from your experience, what do you think is the fan favorite promotion that you guys run?
By far, I'd say probably Truck-a-Puck and T-shirt toss. Truck-a-Puck, they're able to purchase a foam puck to throw into a car window while it drives around the ice. Then we'll pick 2 pucks out of the driver's seat, and then 2 people get chosen. They have to shoot 15 pucks into the net, and whoever gets the most in the net gets a key to the car. And at the end of the season, whoever's key opens the car, they get that car. So
now, on the job, I'm assuming you have some kind of experience, interacting with the players both on and off the ice. Tell us about some of your experiences.
Well, one time I was cleaning the ice at a 10-minute mark to prevent ice buildup, and one of the former Binghamton players, Dennis Bonvie, had some choice words against me, and I, kind of retaliated and called him a has-been and told him to sit down on the bench and skated away. But other than that, they've all been pretty positive.
Now, I understand you used to play the game of hockey. Tell us about your playing days.
I played in high school for Shenango Valley, and I was a right wing. And, I still play today, but not right now because I just had surgery on my knee for a hockey-related injury. But, I still play in pickup leagues, men's leagues, whatever, It's a great sport. I have a passion for it.
So now, without getting into too many unsavory details, how did you injure your knee if it was on the ice?
I tore the meniscus and it got lodged in my kneecap, so I had knee reconstructive surgery on the meniscus.
Now, what position do you play? And I guess either humbly or to boost your own ego, where would you rate your playing ability?
I don't know. I don't really rate myself. I just play for fun.
What position?
I'm a right wing.
Right wing?
Yeah.
And now you said you still play. What kind of leagues do you play in?
Basically, like, come over here at the Ice Center at BCC. You can pay $7 to get in. You start shooting around. Whoever shows up, you pick teams and play games. And then I play in a men's league every summer over at other area rinks.
Now, the game of hockey is one where, like a lot of youths are trying to get into. It's a fairly expensive sport. So really quickly, what can you tell us to get people involved?
I'd say for the most part, just, start off small, get your footwork down. You don't have to go for the most expensive stuff right away. Just have fun with it. Don't give up.
All right. Thank you very much, Matt, and thank you all for joining us today. That's all the time we have. So stay tuned next time for another episode of Broome Up Front. I'm Jeremy Donovan. Have a good night.